I would like to give a special nail addict shout out to Exoticus Empire, Tracy's Nail World, Queen Miss Chris, and Kennedy Jackson for being the first four to comment on my last video. Thank you, ladies, so much. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. And let's go ahead and get into today's set. So for today's set, I am showing how to do a white French tip with the Lazy Girl method. Super beginner friendly and easy, and it came out perfect. I'm using Asiesta from Cora as my polygel, as well as their white for today's application. So to get proper Lazy Girl nails, you do want to do prep first, so I am showing that in today's video. So the first thing I normally start off with is my cuticle pusher, and just gently and lightly push back all of my cuticles to expose the dead skin there. So once the cuticle is pushed back, I'm now taking a ball nail bit and going around the cuticle to remove any of the dead skin. This is one of my favorite bits because it's very harmless, like it doesn't harm you in any kind of way, and it definitely lifts up all of that dead skin, which is good to get as much of it up as you can so that you have a better application and everything adheres really well. With that dead skin there, you will experience lifting. After that, I go in with a mandrel and a 180 sanding band, and I go around the cuticle again, but then I also rough up the surface of my natural nail. I apologize if it looks a little weird because I am doing my non-dominant hand, and I love to do like the Lazy Girl method on my non-dominant hand with a very nice simple design on top because it makes it easier, being that I am using my non-dominant hand. I'm a little out of frame with some of the prep just because I had the camera zoomed in a little bit too much. Y'all, that's something I am going to work on, like my positioning with my camera, because again, I used to always do perfect videos, and before I start, I do like a test to see, and it looks okay, but depending on how I move and stuff, if it's zoomed in too much, then it becomes a problem. But anyways, the next step, I dust all of that off, and now I'm going in with my McCart dehydrator to dehydrate the nails. And the dehydrator just takes out any extra oils that may be in your nail bed. And then I'm going in with my Young Nails Protein Bond, which is a primer, and just placing that over all of the nails. Now, if I were wanting a longer stay with these nails, I would have did 2 coats. But I just did the 1 coat, and they're still on and they're really strong. So you don't necessarily need 2 coats. I just like it for better adherence. So now I'm going in, and for the thumb, being that the inside was not etched, as you can see, it's shaded like towards the cuticle. I used my e-file and I etched the inside of the nail tip where it's going to meet my actual nail. Again, this helps for the product to hold and for it to hold to, my nail and everything. So I'm going in with the white from a card at the tip, and I just squeezed in as much as I thought was needed. I'm taking my polygel brush and some slip solution, which is 91% alcohol, and I'm just patting that into the nail well. I like my Lazy Girl method nails to be thin, so I want it to be shaped with the actual nail tip because for me, it's just more comfortable. I don't like anything real bulky under my nail, so I always try to do that. Like, that's important to me, but I also make sure that I'm touching all the sides because it does look a little funny if you're missing certain areas, and you have the nails on and you like turn them to the side and there's a little bit missing. It's not horrible, but you just want to make sure that you do have that together. So I'm just bringing it down as far as I feel I want my smile line to be. And once I have it down enough, I'm now just taking and pushing the polygel up, and I'm going to make a smile line. So for this part, I'm going to start by making my smile line in this direction here, and then I'm going to turn it over where I can see it better from the front and just line it up and make it really nice and straight. And then once I get that set, I do go ahead and give this a 30-second cure on my lamp. So I actually could have done this a little quicker, but it's like when I'm on camera, I get nervous. I don't know why. I still have those nerves that I remember having when I first started doing YouTube videos. Um, and so because of that, I do feel like it takes me a little longer to do a nail set that typically if I did this off camera, I'd have been done with this first finger already. It's just like me trying to be very precise, make sure I got everything together. So here's where I flip it over and kind of just look at the front to make sure everything is nice and straight. And I'm sorry I'm out of frame, but I literally just took my time and shaped that exactly how I wanted it. And then went into the back again to like flatten up anything that was raised. And that's pretty much how I achieved my French tip on all of the nails. I did decide to keep it in because I've heard before, like I've done this before, and I've heard, oh, I never knew you could do French tips with Lazy Girl, but you can. And for me to use white was a shocker for me because I ended up keeping these nails on. Like I said, I still have them on now. But for me to keep these on with white, I hate white. But with the Lazy Girl method, I can agree that I can do like a white tip with Lazy Girl method. I feel like it's perfect. Like, y'all, I am so in love with these nails. I do not want to take them off, but I'm going to have to take them off this weekend so I can just keep myself ahead of the game as far as my videos go. But it was just so refreshing to be able to wear a set. Like, this is my first time wearing a set since last year sometime. Like, it's been months since I've actually worn a nail set, and it feels really, really good. Like, these came out so pretty, and y'all will see. They're very simple, but very pretty, and this is one of my favorite brands. I love me some Louis, like, that's like one of my top favorite brands. And I used to have a purse just like this, and I don't even know what happened to it, but such a cute design, very easy, very beginner friendly. Any one of you that are watching right now can definitely try and achieve this. And you can use any polygel, obviously. So any white polygel, you can do your French in any color you want. So anything you want, you can achieve a very nice French with the Lazy Girl method. Now, also, one of the things that I focus on when I'm doing the Lazy Girl method like this, like for French, is I want the smile line to be high enough to where that bottom bead or the nail bed bead is covering my entire nail bed. So it couldn't come down too far to where the entire nail bed is not covered. I would want my nail bed to have full polygel on it so that it adheres, and it sticks. So that's another tip I would say. But again, I am just turning over the finger and straightening out that French as much as I can, making it nice and precise. I do all of the fingers first, so I don't cure anything yet. I'm just going it with the same method, squeezing the polygel into the nail, and then patting that down the nail to where I want my smile line to be. I did like take the others off the stand just to kind of make sure everything was nice and even, and I didn't have like one high, French and one low French. They were all really, really even. But again, I just love this. This was so simple, straight to the point, and very, very easy. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And as always, thank you so much to anyone that does take their time to watch my videos. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. I thank you so much for joining me on my nail journey. It means so much to me. And if you're subscribed to the channel, I love you so, so much. So while the French tips were curing, I'm now applying a base gel to all of my nails, and I'm going to give that a 30-second cure. So the base gel also helps for adherence with the polygel, so with the Lazy Girl method. And yeah, it's an important step to not miss because it also protects your natural nail as well. So once that's done, I'm taking a siesta now and I'm just placing a good sized bead right at the cuticle. I'm going to take my polygel brush and my slip solution and I'm just going to pat that in and fill the rest of this nail up. So with this part, if you want it, you can overlap with the white. It wouldn't matter because obviously it's underneath, so no one can see that it's blended up unless obviously they're looking under your nail. But I did, want to keep it nice and precise again, so that like if I'm holding my hand up or whatever, it just looks like a very nice French. So that's what I did. But again, you don't have to be so neat and precise. You can basically just blend that up to the first already cured bead. But once I got this set how I want it, I then go in and place the nail on my finger. So also for the lazy girl method, when you're choosing your full cover tips, you want to make sure you're choosing a tip that is bigger than the size you would normally use. So for instance, if you use a 2 on your thumb, you're going to go up to a 1, just so that you have room for the product that you are placing into the nail. And around that cuticle area, you don't want to apply too much because you don't want a lot of spillage or for it to be too bulky. But again, I just place that on my index very softly. Just make sure that it's down enough, touching everything very nicely. If there's any spillage, I do take a brush and some alcohol and wipe that off. And then I do give that about a 15-second cure just to kind of flash cure that on until all of the nails are on. And then I'm just basically repeating this over all of the nails again, taking out siesta and my polygel brush, patting that into place. I'm going to place that on my finger very lightly, make sure it's nice and straight and lined up correct. And then I am going to give that a 15-second cure. So I'll let you watch me complete the cuticle beads. So once they're all applied, I'm now taking my e-file a mandrel and a 180 sanding band, and I'm just going around the cuticle to remove any spillage that may be there, as well as make it a little more flush to the actual nail bed. And I'm just repeating this over all of the nails. I do apologize for being out of frame, but again, I had it super zoomed in and I wasn't aware of how zoomed in it was, up so you weren't really able to see. And I am doing this with my non-dominant hand, so like I feel like I could have done a little bit better with some areas that had a little bit of spillage, but it is really hard for me to do a lot with my left hand. And this is why I like to do the lazy girl method, because it's a lot easier than pretty much anything else that I've done with my non-dominant hand. This and Gel X are pretty simple. And then of course the design on top, I always try to make it super simple as well. Then I'm taking my mini buffer and just buffing the shine off the nail, making everything nice and smooth so we're able to go in with the next step. So the nail tips are already shaped, but sometimes depending on your application, you can have spillage and stuff. So I'm just taking my Pana 8080 hand file and just like crispening the shape, like making sure everything's nice and straight. There's no spillage or anything on the sides of the nail. So now I'm going in with a glossy top coat over all of the nails, and I'm going to give that a 30-second cure. Then I'm going in with these Louis stickers that I got a while back from NailHoliday and just placing them where I see fit. No real rhyme or reason for where I placed them. I just decided I wanted to wear a designer set for the week. Well, two of them. My next video will be my left hand. But I decided I wanted to wear something a bit classy, like what I like, you know. So like typically if I were to do my nails all the time, wasn't doing videos, not like that, I would always keep it real classy like this and simple because I just feel like it looks really, really nice. But I'm gonna let you watch me apply the stickers. So for my pinky and thumb, it had like a really long sticker at the bottom, and I wanted that to cover a few of the nails. So I decided to go with the pinky and the thumb. And these two by far were like my favorite nails out of the whole set. Really, really nice, very cute. And right here, I'm just looking to see if I wanted to add any more, even though it was already like pretty overkill. And so now I'm taking my McCart rhinestone glue and I'm going around the cuticle on the middle finger, and I'm going to create a cuticle cuff on this one here with some AB rhinestones. Again, very simple and just beautiful. And then for the ring finger, I am taking the McCart rhinestone glue and going around the ring finger around the smile line and doing the same design just at the smile line on this one. And then I'll give that a 30-second cure. Then I top coated the nails with my McCart holographic top coat, and I love like the pop of like elegance it gave the nail. Like it's a glossy top coat with very fine glitters in it to the point where it doesn't drown out the design. You can still see everything, but there's also a really pretty shimmer to the nail as well. Once I top coated all of the nails, I did a 30-second cure in my lamp. Off camera, I do apply some cuticle oil, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here's the finished set. They are so super cute. I absolutely fell in love with these nails and I do not want to take them off. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this nail set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I definitely would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank y'all for joining me today, and I'll see you on my next one. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to you all.